Wait for the YouTube studio. There we are. This is Wall Street sizing up. You are at stocks to watch. We do it once a week. We typically stream every day, but we've stopped doing that the last 2 weeks. For all my subs out there, we're sponsored by StockTrade.tips. They have one goal to help you profit off the insider knowledge of the hedge funds. I wanted to let you guys know that the Telegram is you're probably going to get a text next week. The Telegram group is up. We are testing it now. So that's coming up, and we're going to move off the SMS just so that we can all converse together. And there's just much more that I want to say. Let's just say that. Number two is we're going to do stocks to watch. We do it once a week. We have made 2 YOLO calls this week, and I've got a YOLO call that we did today with you guys. It is my last stock, so you've probably already seen that one. But let's just get to it, and we'll walk ourselves through it. I think that's all the news that I've got right now. If I think of something else, I'll let you know. But we're going to go right to it. And you see it on the screen. Our first stock is, now guys, 2 are traditional. The first 2 are traditional stocks, right? The first one is BW. It's Babcock and Wilcox Enterprises. Say that 10 times fast, right? So understand what they do. They are renewable energy for the most part, but they do have a fossil fuel division. For the last quarter, clearly renewable energy is going to be big under this administration. For this quarter, first quarter of 2021, they're up 135%, right? So here's who sized up. It's B. Riley Finance. They're more of a investment fund. They're also a bank, right? So that they've got a lot of tentacles out there. They've really come to prominence, I'd say, in the last 5 years. But they sized up. Check this out. So they've got they sized up with 10, almost 11 million shares for a total of 30 million shares, or $240 million position in Babcock and Wilcox. Now, let me just tell you from the start, they've been awarded numerous contracts lately. Now, since B. Riley Finance sized up on March 25th, right? That's just yesterday. They're already up about, from what I can tell, about 19%, if I'm seeing this correctly. I believe that is correct. So from the base of where they could have got in it, and they're very good at TA, they could have gotten it. But this is I'll say it's a phenomenal stock. There's a couple of issues with it. First of all, there's 65% of the stock is owned by Wall Street. All right, good. Again, they've been awarded numerous new contracts. The earnings forecast is for 100% growth in earnings in 2021. That's phenomenal. Price target, I've had as high as, it's really around 13 to 15, but the high one I'm going to tell you about, because it's one of our great tools, $23. We use Simply Wall Street. You can look them up. It's got outperform ratings. It's got strong buys everywhere I can tell, right? Now, here's the thing that I didn't like about this, right, is that B. Riley Finance sized up on the 25th, and this is what came out today. A buy rating from D.A. Davidson, another financial institution and bank, right? And so they got this bump here, right? So again, even the big investment funds and the big investment banks, they're trading, some LinkedIn messages, some Signal messages, if you would. I'm not getting married to any stock, especially this one here. Certainly, you can see the rise since November. It's gone up. It is in a kind of an ascending triangle, which can be, from a TA perspective, that could be very bearish. So what I would tell you here is that you need to be careful. Now, it did break out today, right? So what I would tell you is be fairly careful. I've got base support about 627, right? It literally looks like the perfect stock to have. I don't like perfect stocks, but this one does in every tool that we've used. It's again outperform, strong buy. Again, but don't get, especially in this market, we do not get married to a single stock. We just do not do it. So with that said, we're on to the next one is going to be Oak Tree Specialty Lending Corp, which is OCSL. Now, OCSL, this has got a very interesting story, right? It's very traditional. It's a finance company. Let me find them here on my screen here. So a man named Howard Marks sized up. He runs Oak Tree Capital Management, if that rings a bell. So what he's done is they've merged, right, with another Howard Marks company. But let me kind of set the stage here. So Howard Marks owns only about 14% of OCSL. Okay, OCSL again is a finance company. He sized up on March 19th with 7 million more shares. He now owns a total of about $26 million for about a $156 million position, right? The company's worth $1 billion plus, right? So you've got that. He's only up 1%. But Howard Marks is the guy who Warren Buffett, the godfather of all godfathers, says is a smarter man than him. Howard Marks, I don't know how old he is. I'm sure he's around the same age as Warren is. And let's just say Warren, like if an email comes in and Warren has said this, Buffett has said this, if an email from Howard Marks comes in, that's the first one he reads because that guy knows what he's doing. And I'll tell you more about that one now. Let's just talk about the stock really quick. So Finance Corp, it's a long-term trade for Marks. Again, I'm not getting married to any stock, right? This is a phenomenal dividend stock, and that's what Marks does, right? If you look over here, it gets a 7.8% dividend from earnings. The dividend, it says, is 48 if you're looking at where my mouse is. That's probably per quarter, okay? Because I'm about to show you another Howard Marks stock that we saw like way back in June, right? So he's getting about $2 a share, right? So that's what Howard Marks does. It's merged with Oak Tree Strategic Income is what he did. The price target, it's getting close to it. It's at $7.40 is the price target. You've got a base support around $5.80. It's got the ascending triangle, which is a bearish signal. So get your 10, your 15%, and probably get out. That's what I would, unless you like the dividends so much. About 50%, 56% of institutions on Wall Street own this stock. Clearly, it's probably because of the dividend. So this was the stock that we found last year that Howard Marks owns. So this is what's called TRMD or TORM PLC. They own large tankers, right? Well, Howard Marks literally owns like 70% of this company. Check this out. The dividend, and you can absolutely look at this stock too, because it seems to be trending up as well. TRMD. Okay, this is not a stock to watch for me right now or stock to buy. We did recommend this stock. Again, this is not financial advice, but we recommend this stock for ourselves last year. But we found it, and I just thought it was a phenomenal stock because look at this. The dividend it gives off is 10% of all earnings. That earns, so that dividend right there, again, where my mouse is, that on FinViz you can catch this. That's 95 cents per share every quarter. So that's $4 a share. And I don't even like the outstanding shares. Let me see if I can find it really quick. It's like outstanding shares, 74 million, and he owns 70% of them. So you can understand the type of wealth that we're talking about that Howard Marks has created for himself in owning large chunks of companies, and he loves dividends. In fact, this company here, from what I recall, TRMD, if I'm just going off the top of my head, I remember that the the assets alone are worth 2x what the company market cap was. Now, the market cap has clearly gone up since we talked about it. I think we talked about it somewhere in August and July, right in here. So the market cap's gone up. So that may not be the case now. But TRMD, if you want a dividend stock, there you go. All right. So that's OCSL. The first one was BW. Did I give you? I don't really have a base on TRMD. Wouldn't even want to talk about it. Now, this for the subs out there. You got this today. NUZE. That's Newsy. It is a coffee co-packer. It also has a food and beverage division. They do business as coffee blenders. And I'll be real honest with you. So let me pull this up on my screen really quick. Because it's just, it is amazing to me what our guy over at Savvy, Hal Mintz, when he sizes up, something's going to happen, right? He takes the some of the companies that I wouldn't even throw a dime at, and this is one of those, right? I'm not saying it's a bad company, but it's in pretty bad shape, right? So Newsy Coffee, this is a YOLO call. Savvy Management sized up when Hal Mintz sized up, and Hal Mintz has several lawsuits going against him about insider trading, just investors not liking him. But the guy, 90% of the time when he sizes up, within the next 2, 3, 5, 10 days, the stock goes up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. So that's why I follow him. I even did a TikTok about him. That's one of the things I was going to say too, guys. Our TikTok's going nuts. We're at 10,000 followers on TikTok. If you don't follow StockTrade.tips on TikTok, you really should. All right, so back to this. So they had a June 2020 IPO. Since then, the stock has just gone completely down. So what they did is they needed money. So right here, if you can see my cursor on the screen here, let me get it down a little bit up. So this is March 19th, right? This is the day when Hal Mintz sized up with 1.7 million shares. It's about a $6.8 million position, right, on the 19th. So he got it. He basically bought the dip, is what he's saying. But it hasn't done anything since then except go down. At best, he's up 1%. And believe me, Hal Mintz doesn't want just 1%. So again, it's an underperform. Literally 1% of Wall Street institutions own this company. 1%, right? And the biggest one that I can find was a really small position by UBS, which I thought was crazy. It's underperformed. It's not going to do anything. It's a complete YOLO call. This is what we like to call, we're betting the jockey and not the horse. Okay, that's what we're doing here. So that's NUZE. You probably got the text today, right? We called it. I believe it was up when we called it. I believe it went up. It should have gone up about 3% for you from when we called it. If you jumped on it, you might have got a 1 or 2% bump. But I'm telling you guys, not a long term. This is very, very short term. Watch it. Watch it for the next couple days. If it goes down, cut it. If it goes down 7, I may just let it go. But typically, Hal Mintz does get a pump. We got a little bonus stock for you. I don't really want to talk about too much. That's not the bonus stock. So there's a lot of insiders buying. What we're seeing is UEPS. Again, that's UEPS. The last time they bought, okay, which wasn't too long ago. I believe it was March 11th, guys. March 11th. It pumped like 19%. Right. We're seeing those same 3 people in UEPS. It's a director and I believe a COO. I guess I can pull it up here, guys. It's a fund and 2 directors. And every time they seem to buy, it seems to get a little bit of a jump. Now, again, they only bought another, 800,000 in stock, or just 1% to them, right? But my point is, it seems like at least the last time. I had done a full recon on this stock, but at least the last time it jumped about 19%. So look out for UEPS just because of insider buys. I don't know what kind of stock it is, but again, it's kind of like just we've in fact, I guys, I'll be real honest with you, I missed about 2 stocks this week that were on the FinViz on their major. So what I see, you'll see the top tickers of the day. I missed 2 of them, and one of them is right here next. I actually missed next. A big company, a big hedge fund sized up on next, and I didn't think it was a good stock. And we missed I'm sorry guys, but we missed a 31% up. So my bad. I'm gonna do better. And with that said, guys, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's going to be a great one here in Dallas. Stay safe out there. Watch your 6. You go hard in the paint. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time. And I appreciate all my subs. If you want to become a sub, we're stocktrade.tips. Find us there. Or just find me on TikTok or subscribe here. Thanks, guys.